Hi, it's Sam Jeppy, Vedic Astrologer. I'm going to talk to you today about the sign Cancer. Now, Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon rules Cancer. It's a female sign related to reflection, and it's watery. So female signs are about gathering. Water and earth are female. They're internal, pull things toward us, and water is very sensitive. Whereas the earth is very solid and stable, water is very sensitive, where we feel it. It's related to our feelings, and that includes our emotions and those deep sensitivities that we have. So the sign of Cancer is ruled by the moon, which is the big object in the sky. It's a very big, important planet. You know, the reason there's life on Earth is because of the sun and the moon. If the moon were to fly out of its orbit, there'd be no life on Earth. All of the weather patterns would stop. Of course, if the sun blew up, everything would stop as well. You have to remember, and you should remember all the time, that the reason you're alive right now is because the sun and the moon are there. They created life on Earth. So the moon is very important in this way, not just to life on Earth, but, you know, astrology is the sacred astronomy. It's our connection to these sacred rhythms of life. It's not just, you know, weird people believing that these rocks up there are doing something to us. It's based on the science of how these objects and how these divine beings create life. And so the moon is the originator of our feelings and why things feel a certain way in our heart. And so through the sign of Cancer, the moon expresses that and makes us very sensitive. So Cancer is really like sort of a sensitive opening in our heart, where we feel the feelings of others, where we absorb and pull all of the emotions toward us and just feel them. The moon is the part of us that doesn't have an active nature. The moon doesn't have any sort of aggression. If you've heard the other videos, I've said each one of the planets have a masculine and a feminine quality, except the sun and the moon. The moon has no masculine quality, and the sun has no feminine quality. So when we talk about the moon, it's all feeling. In fact, it's the originator of that feeling, that heart that just feels. And when we don't feel good, when our feelings are hurt, we don't really know what to do about the feeling. We do things, but it's not usually the right thing. When we get our feelings hurt, we get angry. Mars comes out and defends it, or we protect ourselves. We shrivel up. Saturn comes and protects us. Or maybe we kind of make a joke and try to make it go away. Mercury. The different planets come, but the feeling, there's a point where we have to just let ourselves experience that feeling in a pure sense, with no judgment, with no modification. And that's the sign of Cancer. This is the way Cancers live life. They feel everything so deeply. And that's the nature of the moon. So a Cancer person they'll be very good at nurturing others, feeling other people's emotions and what other people are feeling, but they have to be careful not to base everything on those emotions, because they're always changing. And so through the sign of Cancer, the moon, which is the originator of feeling and consciousness itself, which is our reflection of the sun, of the divine power, Cancer is that opening where life comes into us and we have to be sensitive to everything. And it dissolves all of the apparent opposites in life. This thing feels good, this thing feels bad, this person likes me, this one doesn't, I want this, I don't want that. All of these fragmented experiences become painful to us. There's a part of us that wants it all to be whole and to feel whole. We want to feel whole. And that awareness comes from the moon. It comes from the heart. And so Cancer, this is the sign where this happens. So Cancer people tend to feel situations very deeply. And of course our feelings aren't objective, like I said. So Cancer people have to work on being more objective, more practical, basing decisions on what's really happening rather than how they're going to feel about it. Like a Cancer person may take a job because they like the people there more, rather than because this is the job that really makes me the most money and allows me to make the sort of contribution I want to make. It's best when we base business decisions on business things, not personal things, like how I feel about it, as an example. So that's the sign of Cancer. It's ruled by the moon. It's watery, which is related to the emotions, and it's female and sensitive.